White women, you are the biggest beneficiaries of corporate DEI and affirmative action programs. Let's talk about it. By the way, I'm KJ Miller. I love talking about all things pop culture and business, and every now and then politics. If you like any of that, be sure to subscribe. Now let's get into it. And before I dive in, let me just state the obvious. I'm in my bedroom sitting on the floor because it's very loud out in my living room and office area, so go with it. The reason I am talking about DEI in the first place is because if you haven't seen it, a lot of efforts have been made recently, both by the Trump administration and by private citizens, lobbyists, to curb DEI programs, curb them in the workplace, curb them on university campuses. And I think that this is absolutely ridiculous because, of course, these DEI programs only came about to promote actual equality, not to try and give people a hand up or a leg up that they did not deserve, but to promote equality. And guess who the biggest beneficiaries of these programs have been? White women, which is why I do not understand why I am not seeing more white women up in arms about this. Now, if you don't believe me that white women are the biggest beneficiaries of DEI programs, literally, I invite you to Google. I will help you, though, by showing you an article from Forbes entitled Who Benefits from Diversity and Inclusion Efforts. Now, this is an article speaking specifically about corporate DEI programs, but if you look up affirmative action on universities, you will find the exact same thing, that white women are the biggest beneficiaries. I will point your attention to this paragraph in particular. While many white women have made gains in American workplaces, the gains for racial and ethnic minority women haven't been as significant. According to another McKinsey study, white women hold nearly 19% of all C-suite positions, while racial and ethnic minority women only hold 4%. Overall, white women have benefited disproportionately from corporate DEI efforts. And if you just stop and think about it logically for a second, it would make all the sense in the world why white women would be the biggest beneficiaries of these programs. Because why did these programs get invented? Why did we decide to start promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion? Why did we need affirmative action? Because in all of these spaces, in colleges, in universities, in corporations, the only people at the top were white men, okay? The only people even allowed in to universities and many corporations were white men. So as we were thinking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, we were thinking about it with regards to race and gender. Now, if all of the systems are benefiting white men first, and they slowly have to let other people come in, other non-white men, who are they going to let in first? Let's just think about, let's just be logical, folks. White women, okay? Obviously. And because they're going to let white women in first, white women have advanced the most. All right, guys, I hope you are enjoying this video. I'm going to take 20 seconds to tell you all about my course, Startup Starter Kit. I designed this course so that everyone could launch the startup of their dreams. And I literally teach you how to turn the problems you've spotted in everyday life into real business opportunities. So head to kjmiller.co to learn more and enroll. Now, if I'm a white woman and I'm seeing we are finally starting to get just our foot in the door in the C-suite, as that article said, 19% of us in the C-suite, I would be pissed off, particularly if I'm a white woman who's, a senior manager somewhere right now, pissed off that now they're trying to come for the programs that have helped me get to where I am. And yet, I don't see enough white women up in arms about this. I really and truly don't. So I am making this video because I happen to know a good number of my followers are white women, and subscribers are white women. I would love for y'all to get a little bit more angry about this, because really and truly, this is going to harm y'all just as much, and some might say more, than the rest of us, because DEI programs have helped you more than it has the rest of us. And if I were to guess as to why I'm not seeing as many white women up in arms about this, the first reason would be because maybe y'all just didn't know, and now you know because I've made it plain. You're the biggest beneficiaries. But I think the second reason is because there is a very misguided belief that when these people talk about disrupting DEI, they don't mean you. You think they just mean me. You think they just mean black and brown people. They're tired of seeing so many black CEOs because there are so many of us. I know. That's not it, boo. They are also tired of you taking these good jobs that they think should be secure just for men. And do you know how I know that? Because at the same time as they are trying to tear down DEI, they are also trying to get rid of abortion everywhere. They are coming for no fault divorce because they don't want you to be able to leave that man. They are coming for birth control, and they are pushing the radical trad wife nonsense that just keeps getting pushed into our faces. They want you at home. They don't want you in the office. They certainly don't want you in the C-suite. They have made that very, very clear. So thinking that when they talk about DEI, they're not talking about y'all, when in fact you're the biggest beneficiaries of DEI programs, and they are trying to keep you knocked up at home with Chad and Brad, is silly. We got to wake up. We got to wake up, folks. And I want to be clear. I have nothing against women who just want to be at home. If that is what you want to do and you want to stay knocked up by Brad and Chad, all the more power to you. But I'm talking to the women who don't want that. I'm talking about the women who are very happy climbing the corporate ladder, having their jobs, or even if it's not a corporate job, being out in the workforce, making a name for themselves. The women who want to do that, please know these affirmative action DEI programs have made it easier for you to do it, have made it so that people cannot discriminate against you because of your gender. People have to take you seriously when you say you want to be considered for a promotion. These programs have paved the way for that, and they are trying to get rid of them because they want to keep you at home. This is not about merit, okay? The reason, if you rewind 100 years ago, that every single C-suite of every single company was a white man was not merit. It's not because they are so much smarter than the rest of us. It's because that's all who was allowed to be in the room. That's all who was allowed to make it past an interview. So I am just making this video, frankly, because my hope is that if you are a white woman who happens to see this or happens to follow me, happens to enjoy my content, you get in your group chats with the rest of your white homegirls and let them know they are coming for us. This cutting down DEI bullshit that we're hearing, they mean that for us too. So we got to get loud and vocal about it, just as loud as our black and brown brothers and sisters. And if you're looking for a way to get down with this effort, I did happen to make a TikTok video about this yesterday, saying that I think the way that we can start to combat this is by doing a targeted boycott of a company that has recently announced that they are pulling back their DEI efforts. And the company that I said that we should boycott is Brown-Forman. They are the makers of Jack Daniel's whiskey, along with a number of other liquor and spirits. But they make Jack Daniel's, and I happen to know a lot of black and brown people like Jack Daniel's. So I am recommending that we boycott them so that their stock price starts to fall, so that other people start to understand we are not going to stand for this cutting DEI bullshit. We deserve to be here. We deserve to be in the rooms where it happens. We are working hard. These are not handouts. We merit just as much consideration for these jobs and these roles as anybody else. And that is true for Black women, white women, Indian women, Hispanic women, Asian women. That is true for Black men, brown men. We deserve to be in these rooms. Anyone trying to make it sound as if we don't is lying to you. And we should all be linking up and knocking this bullshit down. Anyway, that's just how I feel. It's a Friday afternoon and I'm speaking my mind. If you like videos like this, I invite you to subscribe. There will probably be more over the course of the next 4 years. And I'll see you next time.